2017 has come to an end, and it's certainly been a whirlwind year for popular culture. From Nintendo's return to Superman's disappearing mustache, this year certainly hasn't been shy about rolling out the surprises one after the other. Amidst all the things that went wrong this year, Nintendo managed to get a great many things right. Following the dismally reviewed Wii U, Nintendo came out swinging with the launch of the Switch. Debuting worldwide in early March, Switch recently sailed past the impressive milestone of 10 million units sold, which puts it on a parallel course to the insanely successful PlayStation 4. The Switch succeeded by offering a unique gaming experience, blending console and portable play with lots of options for seamless on-the-fly multiplayer sessions and an incredible first-year software lineup. Breath of the Wild reinvented The Legend of Zelda as an open-world Skyrim killer, and Super Mario Odyssey reinvigorated the free-form 3D Mario experience. And those are just two of the big highlights. Nintendo also embraced indie developers, ensuring a steady supply of inventive new games across every imaginable genre week after week. But sadly, this year also resulted in a major cancellation. Platinum's slick-looking Scalebound, which Microsoft canned as part of their apparent campaign to whittle down the Xbox One's exclusive to the merest handful. Even as the company launched the most powerful console ever made, the Xbox One X, formerly known as Project Scorpio, they seemed bizarrely determined to kill off the most compelling reasons to actually buy the thing. Thankfully, Xbox still got Cuphead, a wonderful combination of crazy hard cooperative play and incredible hand-drawn graphics inspired by vintage cartoons that proved to be well worth the wait. And of course, there's PUBG, though it's hard to consider a rough preview game that drops halfway through December, one of the year's biggest console exclusives. One of the most controversial statements this year was that gamers weren't interested in single-player experiences anymore, though thankfully there was quite a lot of evidence to dunk all over this half-baked theory. Bethesda had a mind-blowingly good year for single-player games, dropping Prey, Wolfenstein 2, Dishonored 2's DLC, and Skyrim ports to every system that didn't already have it. Assassin's Creed Origins made Abstergo great again, and Sony managed to dominate the first half of the year with critical darlings Gravity Rush 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Persona 5. However, not every video game company was in the public's good graces, and no one took it on the chin harder than Electronic Arts. EA's long-awaited continuation to the Mass Effect series, Mass Effect Andromeda, landed with such a resounding thud that the resulting ripples of disappointment have since put the franchise on indefinite hiatus. At least BioWare is still around though, which is more than you can say for fellow EA acquisition Visceral. The entire studio was terminated along with its unnamed Star Wars project being helmed by former Uncharted producer Amy Hennig, and stunningly, that turned out to be just the start of EA's Star Wars woes. The sequel to the warmly received Star Wars Battlefront was met with torches and pitchforks this time around thanks to a controversial loot box system which rubbed enough people the wrong way that apparently Disney had to step in and tell EA to get its act together. But hey, it's not all bad news for EA. At least A Way Out director Joseph Fares loves the company, at least more than he loves the Oscars.
I'm gonna say to you one thing. EA has been very good to me.
But to be fair, EA wasn't the only company having trouble with Star Wars this year. Disney and Lucasfilm had a few bumps in the road as well. On the bright side, The Last Jedi has been racking up nearly universal acclaim from reviewers, and Disney has already bestowed its director, Rian Johnson, with the remarkable honor of helming an all-new trilogy of Star Wars films, making him the first director since George Lucas to do so. However, Johnson's situation is the exception. Episode 9 director Colin Trevorrow was pulled from the sequel trilogy's conclusion, with The Force Awakens director J.J. Abrams taking his place. Meanwhile, Ron Howard was brought in to fill two directors' chairs, taking the reins for Solo, a Star Wars story from Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, mid-filming. Hopefully these are just growing pains for the future of the Star Wars movies, otherwise Lucasfilm is going to start running out of directors.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
Speaking of big breakups in the realm of major media corporations, did you guys hear about Disney and Netflix? Ooh, yeah, they're breaking up. The House of Mouse will be kicking off its own streaming service to compete with the dozens of services already out there. We're guessing they were emboldened by the fact that the Avengers Infinity War trailer was YouTube's most viewed video ever in a single day. Since Disney has the advantage of owning about half the media properties in the world at this point, their streaming business will most likely be a massive success. Just think, the whole Disney vault, Star Wars, Marvel, Pixar, and with the news of the recent merger, they'll probably be dipping into some 20th Century Fox properties as well.
We will cleanse the earth.
Meanwhile, Marvel's biggest competitor, Warner's DC Universe, has been a reminder that building a cinematic universe is no easy task. While Wonder Woman raked in positive reviews and tons of cash, her partners in crime fighting haven't fared as well. Justice League, which was meant to be DC's answer to the Avengers, didn't quite match the competition's box office takes, which is to say it's only made about a third as much as the first Avengers flick, despite extensive reshoots by Avengers director Joss Whedon. Maybe it would have done better if Henry Cavill's mustache hadn't been removed with CGI in post-production, or if he'd just shaved.
I'll take that as a yes.
That was just a small taste of the biggest events of 2017 in video games and movies. Which of these defined the year for you? What did we forget? What do you think is in store for 2018? Let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, check out our Game of the Year and Movie of the Year videos, and for all your pop culture coverage, whatever year it is, subscribe to IGN on your platform of choice.